time for another adventure, right? Time for another adventure. Vaporesso, C-cell, right? We've done a couple vids on that. I decided I have a few regular old Atlantis coils left over. So when this one started tasting funny, yes, the Vaporesso C-cell, again, and it took like 2.5 weeks. That's pretty good, right? 2.5 weeks. Sure. Started tasting funky. I got some regular ones. I'm really enjoying these, other than the tighter airflow, but the flavor and the cloud is awesome. But went back to this, and it is so not the same experiment. You know, the experiment. Yeah, we'll figure that out. I did a video a long time ago about the 0.2 heads and the 0.5 heads. 0.5 head, which I like better than the 0.2 heads, and they seem to last longer. The C-cell is much improved over the 0.5 normal Atlantis coil heads. And because I've taken this one apart twice now and rewicked it, we're going to do it again. Yes, we are. All right? The camera doesn't want to keep up with me anymore. It's getting old. Might be time to replace it. What are you doing with that Allen key? Well, I'm pulling the end off. All right? We pull the end off. Right? And get the old grommet out of the way. Come on, grommet. Without flying across the room. Rubber grommet, right? What do you got? You got tools? Sure you do. You got tools. Now, when I put this one back together, I made sure and lined up the wicking holes with the actual wicking holes on the inside. So, I take this and maybe my tweezers instead. But tweezers instead. Where are you? Oh, there you are. You see that? Did you see that? Now, if you line up the holes, you can do that. Come on. Inner barrel. Nothing left in there. Cool beans? Cool beans. So, once that's out, you just take something. I like to straighten out the leads a little bit. Makes it a little bit nicer. Or at least bend them in. I don't know how many times I'm going to be able to do this. This being the third time this one's been apart. So just push it out. Just push it out nice and gentle like. Right? There's that awesome inner barrel. We're just all juicy. I forgot to bring my vape rag over here. Oh well. So 2.5 weeks of use. What does your cotton look like, bro? It's kind of half stuck to it. Comes off real nasty. Oh, and then we throw the cotton on the floor. Oh, but you can see that's not exactly what you want, right? A little burn, Fling it again. Ah, there. So you're left with this super black looking. Oh my goodness, who would vape on that, right? Well, I would. All right, eye stick, right? We got the old Helios here, right? What are you doing with that? Well, we need a place to put the leads, right? So we can dry burn it. So open up the holes a little bit. 2 bare wires, right? Straighten them out. This is the part that I'm afraid one of these times is just gonna give up on me. And it might happen in this video, who knows. But I keep straightening these out and then re-bending them. When I put them in, eventually they're just gonna give out, right? Come on. I don't open you far enough. There we go. There we go. It ain't gotta be pretty. It's just in there. And you just snug it up ever so gently so you don't break it. There you go. It's in there. And these read 1 ohm. Alright. And 30 watts is 5.4 volts. I usually vape this at about 25, which is 5 volts even. Yeah, you see how porous that is? Can you even see how porous that is? Watch everything just come juicing out of there. Look at that. It's terrible, right? I'm going to do that away from the computer for a minute. We pour some hot juice on myself or something. But we're going to evaporate all that away. Yeah, lots of vapor. Lots of vapor. There's still juice inside that. Alright, we'll point that right there so you can see the coil lighten up on the inside. Yes, the coil is on the inside of these. Okay. And yeah, there's junk. Just, you know, sugar buildup basically gets in there. And it says self-cleaning, but I'm not going to dry fire this like this. Or, you know, in all together and dry fire it, because there is a layer of cotton on the outside. And you're going to burn that cotton if you want to sit there and dry fire it. That's pretty good. I mean, most of that's gone. Let's see if we can get that lower part a little. Pretty good. Alright. Nice and pretty much white again. Not too bad at all. Pretty much white again. Alright. Let that cool off for a second. Let that cool off for a second. Alright, alright. I will take it out of here, but I ain't gonna touch it. I'll just let it fall and hopefully not crumble on the table when it falls, because ceramic. Because ceramic. Come on, come out of there. I don't want to touch you. You're too hot. Loosen your screws farther. Alright, I will. And one of my leads is getting really, really weak. Hopefully it stays together for one more round. I still have like 3 heads up there. Plus I was able to rebuild one of them. So I couldn't rebuild one of them because of me ripping it apart the first time. Y'all remember that. It's already cool enough to touch. It's just how it is. Now, got juice on my hands and no vape towel. Vape towel, vape towel, vape towel. Whew. Because we get up. Because we do. My hands were clean until I started touching all that. So, we just want to do that all over again. Right? Right? Barrel. Barrel. Right? Because that's what we're going to be working with. I already have pre-cut cotton sitting here. I'm going to take one of the outside layers on it. What this was cut for was not for this. This was for the good old Crixus. The good old Crixus. Oh, that leg. That leg isn't looking too good. Stay together one more time. And I'm just going to do one single wrap on that. That's all. Cut off the excess that you don't need. And it's got to go in from the bottom. What a pain in the butt. Quite the pain in the butt. Got a little extra on the top. Make sure everything comes out where it's supposed to come out at. Should be about right. And you can see a little bit of cotton came off the top. I'm just gonna get rid of that. We don't need it. Come on, the people playing Black Ops 3 if you can hear them. Because Black Ops 3, that's why. I'll push it in just a touch more. And it looks like that. Why does it look like that? Because it looks like that. Now, you can just put this right up in here right now. Line up one of these juice holes. There's three of them. There we go. You can put that up in there if you want. Plus, now, I don't know if you can see this. There's a slot right there on the inner barrel. And there's a slot right there. I don't line those up either, because then you can grab it with the pliers and take that out. But it just pushes in there. Just like that. Nice and pretty. Nothing to it. Nice and even. It's beautiful. It's how we do that. Now, one of these is going to be negative, right? Whichever one is shorter. These are both pretty damn close to being equal. So we just choose one. Oh, and the slot on the inner barrel has to align with, where are you? There you are. That little nub. What's that little nub? So, find your little nub. Come on. Sorry, I'm trying not to break the wire because I've had it apart a couple times. And that would just be a bad situation. I wouldn't be able to reuse this one again. So, there's that. One wire to the inside, one wire to the outside, right? And bloop. There it is. Now, the first time I did this, I found one of the leads were a little too long yet. And I pretty much did the same thing this time and pulled it down a little too far. So one of my leads is just a little bit longer than it should be. But we look pretty good. Make sure everything's seated. You hit it if you want, whatever you feel you need to do. There it is. It's down in there. All that lovely cotton. Beautiful. Well, what are we going to do? Well, go back to the iStick. We got some lovely Fog Minion milk in here. A little bit of strawberry custardy cream, whatever. It's more creamy to me than custard. But yeah, let's throw some more in here. Why not? In the 5mm Atlantis tank, fake from Fast Tech, because why not? Yeah, we'll just put half in there, right? And put a couple of drips down in this bad boy. You can put them on the side if you want. Whatever. Help with the wicking process, right? I always prime my stuff up. And this head is new today. I'm just not liking it as much as these Vaporesso heads anymore. I don't know. In you go. In you go. Crank down. In the Atlantis. I'm all juicy. Because I am. Alright, we got the airflow turned off. We'll just... Ooh, that's gurgling bad. Alright. It's plenty, I guess. Can't be that bad. Alright. Let's see. Where are we at on this? 30? Let's bring her back down to 25. That's where I've been vaping it at. 25. See that? 5 volts. Vape on it a couple times. Already, before the juice has even had a chance to work its way totally into that ceramic, it already tastes better than the 0.5 head. The only drawback is that lower amount of airflow. You saw how small that hole was, right? It's nowhere near the size of the 0.5. It's more like if you've had the Kanger ones, I can speak on those. I've had the Kanger ones. The 1.2 ohm coil head, right, has this little tiny air hole in it, and the 0.5 has this giant, like twice the size, air hole in it. Same deal. I will be checking these guys out again and see if they have different ones that will fit in here, and maybe a different ohm will have a different size hole in it. I don't know. Yes. Right? Tastes wonderful. So that's the third rewicking. The last time here took like 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks between rewicking it. Still using the same one. Still have 3 of them sealed up in there. 3 of them? 2 of them. 2 of them sealed up in there because I ripped apart the one and busted that all up. And then ripped apart another one just to try it out and half broke that one. This one just lets me do it every time. Well worth the money, especially if you can get them apart and rewick them, dry burn them off of your dripper, just like I just did, and yeah, just keep going with it. Just be careful with the leads. Eventually, I know one of them leads is just gonna snap off. So, those wires ain't meant to keep getting bent back and forth. That's what I got for you. It's quite enjoyable. It's been my daily my daily driver. And it eats juice about half as fast as the regular .5 Atlantis coil also, even with these big old juice holes in it. That's what I got for you. Y'all have fun now, because I know I will.